Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Micheline from Americana Long Arm Quilting. We do custom quilting and long arming, and you can find a link in the description below to our website. Please go on our website, check us out. There's lots of free patterns and all kinds of material, and I'm even selling some jelly rolls. So go on that website, check us out. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out. And now that all that stuff's done, let me tell you about my morning. I did not plan to make a video today. Hence, I'm in an old t-shirt. I have no makeup on. My hair's up in a sloppy bun. Oh well. I went to Walmart this morning to pick up a few groceries, and I needed to go over to the fabric section and pick something up for my drapery workroom. I get over to the fabric area in Walmart, and they are having an amazing sale. Evidently, they are no longer going to carry bolts of fabric. Okay, so they were cutting all the fabric down into 2-yard increments, and that's the way they're going to sell it from now on. They're getting rid of the cutting table, which is sad. You know, pretty soon, nobody is going to be able to go and touch and feel fabric. We're all going to have to buy it online. So if you have a local Joann's, if you have a local Walmart that sells fabric by the bolt, if you have a local quilt store, please go give them your business, because pretty soon they're all going to go under. Okay. So anyway, they're having this amazing sale, and I don't know if it's just my Walmart in this area or if it's nationwide. I don't know. 75% off. Some of this fabric was 89 cents a yard. So as you can tell, not just from what's in front of me, but from what's behind me here, I bought a little fabric. I even went and bought tubs, because I knew I didn't have enough tubs for all this additional fabric. But I got some really good deals. Most of it was $1.14 a yard. There were a couple of bolts that were $2 something a yard. What is it, Sarge? Anyway, it made me think of, I have got a baby quilt to make for a dear friend of mine who's having a little baby. And she has 2 little girls. And I knew that I had this layer cake, and I knew that I have this layer cake. And I thought, if I can find some background fabric and some backing fabric, maybe I can whip them all 3, the baby and the 2 girls, because you know, when you're little girls and the baby is getting all the presents and it's still inside mommy's tummy and you're not getting anything, that can be pretty tough. So, you okay, Sarge? So I thought I'd make them presents too. So when I got to Walmart this morning and saw all this fabric, and I went, oh, those pinks and purples would be perfect. She can decide which girl gets pink, which gets purple. I thought I can do some quick little quilts. It's going to have to be real quick, because the baby shower is Saturday. Today is Tuesday. I have 4 days to get 3 quilts done. And I'm on a deadline in my drapery workroom too, and I shouldn't be quilting at all, hence the no makeup and the silly hair. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this cute little line of fabric. This is Benartex's Playhouse Pals by Jessica Flick. So cute, all these adorable little creatures on it. It's just going to be so cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a background square, 10 inches. I'm going to sew the 2 together. And then I'm going to, and I've never done this before, so this is going to be kind of fun. And so I'm going to sew it along all 4 sides, and then I'm going to cut diagonally and make those big half square triangles. So I'm thinking to make a 40-inch-ish baby quilt, all I'm going to need are 9 pieces. So I'm going to have a ton of fabric left over for the next time a friend of mine has a baby. And that should give me a pretty good size baby quilt. If not, I can always add some more to it. And I'll maneuver the half square triangles so that it comes up with some neat pattern where the background color is really shining and making a pattern. And then this beautiful piece of fabric is going to be the backing and probably the binding. Isn't that cute? And listen, you guys, Walmart has some great quilting cottons. These are not subpar quilting fabrics. I'm telling you, I'm touching them. They're wonderful. Okay, so let's move over to the 2 girls. I have this that I bought, and I bought both of these layer cakes some time ago. This is, again, another Benartex, Judy's Bloom by Eleanor Burns. I love Eleanor Burns, okay? Got a bunch of really pretty fabrics in it. Very flowery, very little girly, I think. So I picked out these. I'll do one of these two for the background and probably this one for the backing and binding. And then I'll probably do this one for the background and this one for the backing. All right. Having said all that, let me get to cutting some stuff, and I'll show you one time how to make one of these half square triangle, the method to make the 4 half square triangles out of 1 10-inch squares. Then we'll get to laying everything out because I gotta hurry. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be super simple. So I've got 9 prints, 9 solids. I'm going to take them and pair them up. It doesn't look like there's a right or a wrong on my solid, so that doesn't matter. Okay, I've got that together. Now I'm just going to put it under the machine and start sewing. And I just made a decision to use the piece that I cut as the 9 inches. So I'm going 1/4 of an inch away from that piece. And you can turn or you can go all the way off. I chose to go all the way off. Maybe turning would be faster, then I wouldn't be doing all of this, huh? But for this one, I'm gonna just go all the way off. That way I don't have to think about where's that 1/4 inch away from the end that I need to stop at. There we go. Now all the sewing for 4 half square triangles is done. Now all I need to do is reach over here and get my cutter. I think I'm gonna stand up for this. My ruler is just a little bit too short. Let me get this longer one. See if it'll fit over here. And I'm going not where the corner is, but I'm gonna go where my stitches intersect, okay? Cut it once that way, and cut it once this way. There we go. And voila, I have 4 half square triangles. Okay, let's see how fast I can get the rest of these done. Y'all, it took me maybe 5 minutes to do all that sewing and a few minutes to cut them. The thing that took the longest was pressing them carefully and trimming off all the little dog ears. Now let's go over to the table and lay these out in a pretty pattern. So this is the layout I came up with for the baby quilt. Now, I could have used the 9 layer cake blocks and 9 backgrounds and made a quilt that's about 38 inches square. That would have been right in here, okay? That would have made a lovely quilt. However, I like my baby quilts to be a little bit bigger so that they can grow with them for, you know, a year or so, a couple of years. So I went ahead and added more blocks. I ended up using a total of 16 of the layer cake squares and 16 of the background squares to make a quilt that is this size. Now the only thing left to do is sew the rows together, or sew the blocks together into rows and sew the rows together. And I'm going to get to doing that, but first I'm going to go over and separate my other layer cakes into which ones I want to go with the purple, which ones I want to go with the pink, and get that sewn, and then we'll see what design I'm going to use the half square triangle, what design I'm going to make the half square triangles into on those 2 quilts. It's day 2 of our 3 quilt in 4-day challenge. Let me give you an update on what I've gotten done and the baby shower. The baby shower was last weekend. Oops. No worries. I am still going to challenge myself to get these done in 4 days total. I want to get all the piecing finished today. As you can see, I finished piecing the baby quilt yesterday. I did get all of the pink background and purple background half square triangles pieced and cut. I pressed them this morning. I still have to cut off all the dog ears, and then it'll be time to arrange those in some different layouts. I wanted to give you also a little update on how much I spent yesterday and how much fabric I got from Walmart. I spent $98.16 on fabric. I got 88.5 yards. That is $1.11 per yard. So I think I did great. And guess what? My husband, when he came home yesterday and I told him what I did, he said, well, honey, why don't you go to the other Walmarts around us? I love my husband. He gets me. All right. Now I'm going to get these dog ears cut off. Oh, by the way, these came to 6.75 inches. If you're putting them in a quilt with other blocks that are maybe 6.5 inches, you'd need to cut them down. But mine are consistently 6 3/4 inches, so I'm just going to leave them that size. No reason to cut them down if I don't have to, right? Okay, here we go. Well, thank goodness I've got a great big table. I was able to lay out both of the girls' quilts on my table. I really like the layouts I chose. I was playing around with a pinwheel too, but I didn't want the quilts to be so different that one was a lot of pinwheels and then the other one was a stripe. So I did the pink first, and I love that one. And then I thought, what can I do that's different on this purple one but still stripes? And I came up with this, and I love it. I think it's really wonderful. All right, now just sewing them all together. It's day 3 of our 3 quilts in 4-day challenge. I met my goal yesterday, which was to piece the 2 girls' quilts tops. I went ahead and added a border because I felt like the pattern needed someplace to stop. As you can hear, I've got Eleanor hard at work on the baby quilt. I chose a bright yellow-green thread to work with, and I'm putting this great plaid on the back. It's going to be really fun. I'm also going to cut some biased binding fabric so that plaid is on the bias on the binding. That is busy going there. We've got a cute little animal print. It's got lions and whales and ducks on it, so I felt like that matched the fabric really well. So while that's going, I've already cut the batting for these 2 quilts. I'm going to cut the backing for the purple one out of polka dots and the binding. And for the pink background, I've got this great pink plaid that I'm going to put on the back and do the binding with it. And then I can keep that going all day long while I'm doing my drapery work. Okay, so it's day 4 of my 4-day challenge to get 3 quilts done. I got them all long-armed yesterday, and all I have left to do today is bind them. Now, I've already cut the binding for the other ones because that's going to be on the straight of grain. But I wanted to show you cutting this binding because it's this wonderful plaid, and I want it on the bias so that when it's on the binding, it looks like that. That'll show up that plaid a little bit better. So how do we do that? Well, what I've done is I've taken my length of fabric and I've folded it over on one corner at a 45-degree angle, okay? And I've laid it out on the table. Now, because this is a long strip, I can't have this on a mark on both sides on my cutting mat. I don't know if that's making any sense. So I need to identify, I've pulled this off just this one line by about 1/4 of an inch so that I can cut that line off nice and straight. So what I've done is identified that that's 4 inches. Okay, so if I put my ruler 4-inch mark on this first line of the cutting mat, then I'm going to be cutting exactly where I need to cut. Okay. Now I'm just going to move it down. And now I'm kind of going over 2 different mats, but that's okay. Okay. Like so. There we go. And one last time. Making sure that's at the 4-inch mark. And now I always have to be careful right here where the mats intersect. Sometimes it doesn't like to cut all the way. Okay, that's gone. Now I can cut 2.5-inch strips of my binding. Okay, so now I've put my 2.5-inch mark on the edge of my fabric, and I'm going up through here. Okay, move that up 2.5 inches. There we go. Okay, so that is two pieces of what I need, and I need like 4.5 pieces. So I'm going to look at this one as the half a piece. Okay. I'm being so quiet, maybe you can hear a dog snoring in the background. Somebody's always snoring around here. Okay, so that's 3.5 pieces there. Forgot to check that, didn't I? There we go. So that's 3.5 pieces that I've cut. Now I'm gonna just, oh, it would have been helpful if I had my glasses on, huh? Now I'm just gonna move that out of the way and cut one more piece. Okay. At 2.5 inches. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm doing that from the wrong end and it's messing me up. Okay, there we go. There we are. And also, I think my fabric got a little bit crazy when I moved it a second ago. Okay. And you notice I'm keeping my my rotary cutter in the position. I'm not moving my rotary cutter when I'm moving my ruler. And that gives me some place to put my ruler against. And it also keeps me from making a jagged mark right there. Okay. And I'll have to bring that down. Cut that. That should be enough for the small quilt. If not, I'll come back and cut another strip. Now I'm going to go to the machine and I'm going to put all these together, and I am going to put them together on the diagonal, not on the straight like that, because that will just look better. All right, I'll get to that and get it bound, get all 3 of them bound, and then I'll come and show you the final end, see how you like them all. All right, so this is the end of our 3 quilts in 4-day challenge. I did get them all done. They're all completely different, but they use the same exact block. It's that little 10-inch layer cake square that we pair with a background piece. We sew all the way around the 10-inch square and then cut it in half diagonally twice. So much fun. It was so easy to do, and I really enjoyed making these different layouts. So I've got helpers here today. I've got my son, Troy, and his wonderful fiance, Maggie. There she is. Now, on Troy's quilt, you can see I just did a fun zigzag with the pink background. And on Maggie's, I got a little creative and I kind of did a big X and then filled in with these fun rows of the purple. On this one, the baby's quilt, I did kind of a diamond look. And I quilted this one with a pattern, I forget the name of it, but it has ducks and it has lions and it has whales and hearts and stars. It's really, really cute. I don't know if you can see some of them there like that or not. But that was a whole lot of fun. Now, Maggie, you want to bring yours forward and spin it around? This one, come a little bit closer, right there, right there. This one has puzzle pieces. Isn't that fun? Okay, thank you, Maggie. And Cahill's or Troy's has the same one on it. You can turn yours back around, Maggie. Thank you. All right, so this was a whole lot of fun. I did miss the original date of the baby shower, but that's okay. I talked to Jennifer already, and she is so excited to have me bring these over and share them with the girls. And this one will be for the baby, who should be coming very, very soon. Now, if you liked this video, and I hope you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Do all the things that make that algorithm sing. And until next time, stay quilting!